welcome back to Tuam Stadium. It's the second of the double headers here, and this one is eagerly anticipated. It's the battle of defending champions Mountbellew Moylough against Annaghdown. Plenty of recognisable names on both sides. A good scattering of Porrick Joyce's squad are out in attendance here today and will be taken. Annaghdown, who made it through towards the league final earlier this year. It's been a bit of a mixed affair so far with Mountbellew Moylough. Of course, 5 members of their panel on Porrick Joyce is set up, so understandable that their league form would have suffered. They had a couple of suspensions as well to deal with after the Connacht Championship affair, but left a bitter taste in so many people's mouths with that day. Some very harsh decisions ended that Connacht Championship campaign, but they are back here trying to defend their Frank Fox title, and they make 2 changes to their name side. The Mountbellew team in full then will be Damien Boyle in goal. The full-back line will be Mark Mannion, who is the side's vice-captain. Billy Mannion will be full-back, and Colin Murray, the other corner-back. Half-back line then will be number 17, Sean Manhyland, John Daly, and James Foley. Middle of the field then for Valdaly's side, it'll see number 25, Michael Kelly, replace number 8, Michael Daly, Matthew Barrett, and in the half-forward line, Colin Mannion, Paul Donnellan, and Leo Donnell. An inside line, and this is a line that has a lot of scoring power up its reservoirs. Number 13, Patrick Kelly, Owen Finnerty, who is the side's vice-captain also, alongside Mark Mannion. And top of the right then will be Barry McHugh. Annaghdown side then, they also show a couple of changes to the team names in the programme. In goal will be James Healy, full-back line of Adam Kirk, team captain Inda Malarkey, and cornerback Jonathan Creven. Half-back line then, Sean Ford, Ryan Ford, and number 22, Jonathan Farrer. Middle of the field will be number 8, Owen Curry, and he will also be joined alongside him by number 17, Rhys Burke. Half-forward line will be number 10, Ian Burke, number 11, Jeremy Kilcummins, and number 20, Dahi Kilcummins. On the inside line, Conor Maloney, Damien Comer, and Frankie Burke. And no more than the Mountbellew Moylough inside line, plenty of firepower there as well for Damien Doyd's side. Kevin, this is the one that you see the fixtures, your eyes lit up. We've talked about potential John Daly versus Damien Comer. Damien Comer probably had his best year in maroon. He's going to make a big advantage and a big improvement to any side. But what will Mountbellew Moylough? For so long, for 35 years, they chased this elusive title. They got over the line now. Now they have to hold on to it. A different type of challenge for Vandaly's side. Yeah, a different type of challenge.
They came in last year kind of under the radar underdogs in that, and they put up a tremendous display, and they showed that they had real battling qualities. They were very unfortunate when it came to the Connacht title and the Connacht Championship. A lot of people felt they were hard done by on that particular day, where in particular Barry McHugh was involved in incidences near the end where he might have been given a mark and then he might have been given a free, and it didn't work out, and they went down the field and scored the winning score. And that'll kind of stir their ambition, because they'll feel that it's unfinished business from their point of view, that they didn't win that Connacht title, and they'll be anxious to do that. Now, when we look out here and you talk about, we say, for example, Damien Comer, and you mentioned John Daly, I'm just wondering, Billy Mannion is a super fullback, there's no doubt about it, and he's a super footballer as well. And you can remember that when Galway needed a scorer in the game against Armagh, he was the man that came up and made the pass inside Killian McDade that led to the goal that was, crucial for Galway to earn a draw and went on to penalties. And from that point of view, he's a quality player.
Yes, so speaking of that Armagh game, James Foley came in out of the death as well in extra time. Another fine game.
Another good player. And then we saw Owen Finnerty come in the final against Kerry as well. So there's 5 of them that were involved with Galway, and they are all top quality men. Now, from the point of view of Annaghdown, there's no Owen Kern anymore for them, and he was a real stalwart, and he was the rock solid defender that you needed, and they have to build on that. And I watched them in the semi-final of the league against Tuam Stars. And their big player that day was Frankie Burke. And like, what age is he? 34, 36, I don't know.
You saw in the league final then.
He's absolutely 34, I think he is. And, he's still a really top-class player for them, Frankie Burke. And they'll be hoping to build around him. They'll have a couple of players coming in like Dahi Kilcummins and Diarmuid Kilcummins, the two brothers. And both of them are involved in the Galway setup as well at various age levels.
But I think we might just pause here in a moment because we will have a moment's respect for Dylan Quirk, the Tipperary hurler that so sadly and tragically passed away over the course of the weekend. Yesterday, Annaghdown, just one of those moments that just goes to remind you. We worry about sporting occasions and whatnot, it's the fragility of life. But no, sporting world in a lot of shock there. But we're back and almost ready here.
Yeah, Frank Kineen is our referee today, out in the middle of the field. We wish him the best of luck with this game. Good guy, Frank. Always a fair man, a fair referee, so let's hope everything goes for him. See the line-up at the middle of the field. Damien Comer is out there in the middle of the field, so you can imagine it's going to be, at the start anyhow, it's going to be a battle between Damien and
whether he'll stay out there, I suppose, is the question.
And Matthew Barrett. No. So we'll
ready to go here in this eagerly anticipated clash here. Mountbellew, Moylough, the defending champions, and Matthew Barrett on the run straight away, driving his way through. Comes back over here towards Leo Donnan, and back in turn then to Colmanion. Of course, don't forget as well, they went almighty close in the All-Ireland Sevens there.
They were really unlucky that day.
Just a real unfortunate last kick of the game. They had a man extra. Just lost the ball at the crucial times, and such is the nature in sevens. When you make a mistake, they just got to a point up and got a sucker punch of a goal right at the end. They'll be hoping for better luck here so far. And John Daly coming forward straight away. We've seen him do this over the course of the summer. Big punch pants into the line there. And Barry McHugh being held up. Finnerty now gets the ball back. Comes back towards James Foley, another guy that has donned the maroon over the course, plays the 1-2. He's still going forward. He strikes it left-footed. It's a beautiful effort. It's a wonderful score. Just shy of a minute. We've seen a great score. And if this quality can remain over the course of the hour mark, plus the few extra bits and pieces, we're in for one hell of a treat, Kevin.
Yeah, that's a great score. There's no doubt about it. You have to hand it to Mountbellew. They won the ball at the middle of the field from the throw-in. Matthew Barrett was the man that did it. They recycled it a few times, a couple of phases, and John Daly was involved, played a lovely punch pass inside in deep, and that resulted in the ball coming back out and making the space for James Foley, and a great score from him.
They're on the attack again now, Annaghdown looking to try and level things off, up towards Diarmuid Kilcummins, striding forward, good pass in field towards Frankie Burke, ever the dangerous. He's Damien Comer outside him. He gives it to Comer. Comer back on the left foot. Comer strikes. Someone's going to hang. It's good. It's good. And this quality, so far, in the opening 2 minutes, a point apiece, two wonderful scores apiece. And it's living up to the hype so far, Kevin.
Two great scores. That's so enjoyable to watch. Brilliant kick from Damien Comer. But the work from Frankie Burke, got out in front of his man, got into the space, won the ball, and made the pass. And it was a tight area, a tight angle, and it was a great pass. And Comer then created the space for himself and bombed it over the bar.
Colin Murray out to James Foley. He's hugging the touchline here in front of us. Frankie Burke putting the pressure on. Back to John Daly, striding forward. Looking for options inside. It's a glorious pass in. It's a little bit too much, but it's still Mike his way to Finnerty. Good defending by Mulcarkey there, team captain. He's asking a lot of his cornerback Quirk, who does well, gets it through the lines towards Maloney, and now they come forward. Game being played at a good pace. Kilcummins now driving forward. Plays the ball in field again to Maloney. And then his attempted pass is blocked down. It's a good work rate over there. Sean Milan, who picked up that block, picked up the breaking ball. And the M&Ms come forward again with Barrett. Up towards Donlan. Just waiting for the right moment. Passes it back towards Donlan again. Barrett now. It's a dangerous enough pass, but Milan does well. Takes it quickly. Bit of a lull around the stadium as Mountbellew Moylough come on the attack again. Annaghdown getting their defensive shape in situ. Back towards Barrett. He's a big boomer of a left foot as well. If he wants to let fly, goes with the fist this time. Gets it back again around the house. There's options around him. Back towards Leo Donnan, then out towards James Foley. Got a wonderful score from a similar position a couple of moments ago, and he's going the same way again. Cuts inside on the right foot, and the referee gives a free out from there. I don't know about you, Kevin, but that seems a very strange call. It's hard to see how Foley would...
Yeah, I think he was over-carrying, you know.
Perhaps, but...
Yeah, just he did take too much out of it, so free out.
And coming on it down quickly. Jeremy Kilcummins now looking to tear down the right wing, goes inside, goes outside, puts a bomb of a ball in towards the edge of the square. It's high, bodies collide everywhere. It'll be picked up again by Reese Burke. He comes around the shoulder, he'll have to go back outside to Comer. Cuts inside, drives his way through, gets it on the right foot. It's a little bit low this time, in towards Damien Boyle. It's certainly been a lively start to proceedings here in Tube Stadium. 4.5 minutes gone, a point apiece. And now Mountbellew Moylough try and get forward again. Through the lines. Towards Kelly. Towards John Daly again. Switches it out this side to Foley. The two of them have touched a lot of football here. Val Daly down to our left hand side. Just bellowing out instructions there. He wanted the ball to come this side towards Mannion, and that's where it's gone. Foley's gone on the overlap again. He's gotten forward a lot. And this time he gets the decision of Frank Caneen, and it'll be the first opportunity for a place ball. Barry McHugh sprints over. He might put this one on the floor, will he? He's been indicated to take the right spot. No, this one's gone off the hands. Played such a big part in Mountbellew Moylough's all the way victory through getting Frank Fox last year. They were high scorers throughout the campaign, and they'll be looking to try and get back in the lead here for the second time in Tuam Stadium. Strikes it right-footed, strikes it good. He had a bit of a spell in the States, as so many players had recently. He's back with a bang, and he's nailed that one. 2 points to Mountbellew Moylough, and a down a point. And this is keeping some scoring pace, Kevin.
Yeah, it's a good score. I'm just interested and delighted to see if for Mountbellew Moylough, Colin Mannion back out on the field of play. He missed last year with injury, and he's a great little player and has served them very, very well. And one of the things you'll notice about him during the course of the play is the amount of ball he gets on and the way he distributes it.
Goes back towards Finnerty. Finnerty on the left foot. It's high. Where's it going? It's going over the bar. 2 quick-fire scores for Mountbellew Moylough. 3 points to 1, the advantage. It was James Foley initially that did well to intercept that kick out. They worked it through the lines. Barry McHugh won a quick pop pass off towards Finnerty and over the bar.
Yeah, good score from Finnerty. Went up very, very high, but the umpires were on it all the way, and the white flag was raised. Healy
is a bomb of a kick, and that's where he goes to Comer first time in towards Frankie Burke. Looking to come around. Kilcummins is on his outside, but it comes back over here towards Ian Burke. He's going through in goal. He's down on the floor. What's the decision? Free in is the indication from Frank Caneen. There'll be a chance just to reduce the arrears ever so slightly. Frankie Burke will come over.
Yeah, the foul was committed just outside the square rather than inside the square. Could have been a penalty, you know, but the right decision was given. Frank Caneen was on the ball and right up with the play.
And Frankie Burke isn't going to waste any time. Taps it over the bar. Back to a 1-point ball game. 3 points to 2. And you've certainly look on both sides in terms of Barry McHugh down one end, Frankie Burke down the other. Any sort of fouls or offences, there's a good chance they'll be punished. Yeah,
they will be punished. Good kick out.
Up towards the middle. Up it goes. It's one over there. by Kilcummins. He goes long straight away towards Frankie Burke. Will he take the mark? He will. Clever play there. And he's just right of centre here, so he'll fancy his chances. Or will he think about lobbing it in around the house?
Well, he'll have a go, there's no doubt about that. And we're in the perfect spot here to see what's going to happen with it.
He strikes this one outside of the right. Oh, that's a glorious strike. Arcs over the bar. Level pegging again. 3 points apiece. And, what a game in store here.
He's evergreen, isn't he? There's no doubt about it. He's just a super, super player. There's no doubt. Great clubman. Served them so well. And, of course, he was in with Galway for Kevin Walsh's tenure for a while. And, you know, he's a really dedicated footballer. And he has such wonderful skills.
Mountbellew on the attack again. Went short for the kick out. James Foley is spending his time in front of us here, stretching it. But it's gone through the lines. Looking to get forward is the nod of the head there from Donlan. Still going up with the ball. Leo, that is. Plays it towards Matthew Barrett. They've pushed a lot of bodies forward, but it goes laterally towards Foley. Finnerty is a free inside, or it's McHugh. There's a good punch in the back there. Good pressure being put on. But off towards Finnerty. He gets the sideline. Will he be tempted to have a go from here? There's collisions off the ball. Space very much at a premium. Colin Mannion is scrambling with it, but he gets it back towards Finnerty. Foley's behind him if he wants. He cuts in field. He drives forward. Found a bit of a gap. And just as he got through, it'll be a free in. And Barry McHugh will try and put his side back in the lead.
Yeah, there's a great battle there between Owen Finnerty and Ryan Ford. Wearing 6 for Annaghdown. He's the centre back, and Owen Finnerty, of course, wearing 14. Great battle between them, and Finnerty is the edge of it at the moment.
Barry McHugh now. This free just outside the 21. It'll suit. He's right-footed. It's usually a very trusty strike. That one's high. It's very good. It's over the bar. 4 points to 3. We've been spoiled by some of the scores here so far in Tuam Stadium. One nearly better than the other. And now Healy will restart. And he has a booming kick out. Takes 2 step back up towards Comer. He's fouled. A bit too much there from Billy Mannion. Comer goes quickly with it. It's intercepted almost, but it breaks for Maloney. He's coming through a crowd. He managed to scoop the ball back. Shot comes in here from Cork, but it's just a little bit harmlessly out towards the wide, and it remains 4 points to 3 in favour of Val Daly's side.
Yeah, that's the first miss of the game, a wide from Annaghdown, and we're looking at nearly 11 minutes gone on the clock. So, you know, 4, 3, 7 scores, 1 miss. It's really good stuff.
Foley now playing keep ball back to his goalkeeper Boyle. Punches a nice little pass through the lines there to Billy Mannion, who's striding forward. In turn, puts the ball in field. It's a bit of a battle there, but Barry McHugh picks it up. He might be fouled. He's been on his shoulder. Goes back towards Patrick Kelly. Haven't seen much of him so far, but he gets it back around the house to Affinity, who's driving his way through and strikes it right-footed. Oh, that's a great score. A beautiful score from Finnerty.
Yeah, it was always on. There was no doubt about that. Like, once Finnerty got through into the space, it was always on. And, you know, he had it was with intent, you know, the way he burst through. He really meant it, and he knew he had a chance, and he took it.
Great catch there by Ian Burke, who turns down the opportunity of a mark and scoops in a big high diagonal ball over to the left corner to Damien Comer. He has Reece Burke on his shoulder. There might be a pop around here to Kilcummins. Kilcummins is bulldozed, but punches the ball up and over the bar. It's turned into a bit of a shootout. 6 points to 4. 11 and a half minutes gone. This could hit 20 points yet, Kevin.
Yeah, it's great stuff, isn't it? You know, everybody's having a cut. Kilcummins there, fisting that one over the bar, you know, and it was great response to the own Finnerty score.
Bit of pressure on the kick out there, but Sean Milan just did enough. Might have been sweating there for a second as Annaghdown swarmed in on top of him, but they found a pocket of space and he's coming forward with the ball now. Pressure coming on, and it's John Daly now. Just slowing it down at the moment, going through the lines. Patrick Kelly, another player that had such a fine campaign for Galway. Over towards Mark Mannion. Down the line here they come. It's the centre forward, Paul Donlan, striding forward in goal. He's still going around the corner. Almost Finnerty has just slipped there, but he still holds his composure, holds on to the football. James Foley's behind him, and that's where it goes. There's a big switch on across the pitch if they can get it across. Foley's looking to drive forward and does spray it into the middle. John Daly now, off from the quarterback, coming forward. He might fancy a shot in a moment if he can get back on the left foot. He does. He strikes it left-footed. Off the crossbar. Where's it going to go? It hangs up in the air. It loops. It's punched away. It might break out here to Donlan. He's fouled, is he? On it goes. He gets up on his feet. Might have taken a lot out of the ball. It's an almighty ruck is the only way to describe it. It's been picked up again. Just to look like Mark Mannion had bulldozed his way through. And I think Frank Kineen says enough is enough.
It's going to be a throw in.
Let's throw it in. To hell with that. But when that ball swung off the crossbar and looped straight up in the air, it could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, Healy did well though, you'd have to say. You know, he kept his eye on it and he punched it away. You know, good goalkeeper from him under a lot of pressure with the ball coming down right on top of him.
Matthew Barrett is in there with Kilcummins for the high ball, and referee does what you'd nearly call the usual. Gives the free out straight away after, I'd say, seconds. The ball was only in the air, but on we go. Craven now, thought about getting forward, but goes a bit more sensible, goes back. A bit of pressure comes in from Barry McHugh there. But they switch it out. Sean Ford sprays it out to his goalkeeper, James Healy, who's gone for a bit of a run. Just about to hit the 65. He's coming out. He's got halfway. And then he punches it away. And down, edging forward. But that's a stray hand pass. But I think they have enough players around there to pick up the loose ball. And Kilcummins picks it up. Back now towards Owen Curry. But it's a bit scrappy.
Yeah, that's a bit slack down from Annaghdown. You can't really afford to do that. You need to be crisper and move the ball forward.
Craven now, corner back, getting forward. There's a lot of room in front of him, but he's going slowly. Back towards Kilcummins again. Punches a pass down the line. Towards Reese Burke now, and then chips it back towards Craven again. There's options the far side if they want, but he just goes infield ever so slightly. Conor Maloney now. Goes back to his full back, team captain Malarkey. Breaking down the left wing. Just all the time, the maroon shirts are going a little bit deeper. Cormer now is going on a run, and he's going to get the accelerate up, and he strikes it left-footed. And he strikes it over the bar. A wonderful, wonderful score. A player in red-hot form puts it over the bar. And we're level pegging again. 5 points apiece. 15 minutes gone, but what a score.
What a score. There's no doubt about it. Like, he won that ball. It was out on the 50-metre mark, over on the left-hand touchline. And, you know, he just broke through the cover and, you know, made the space for himself. And from out on the left-hand side, put it over the bar. And superb individual effort. And a great score from Damien Cormer.
Mountbellew on the attack now. James Foley, but he's been surrounded by a few. But he's managed to find Mark Mannion in a pocket of space. Dips his head in cleverly there. Draws the foul off Jeremy Kilcummins. And I'm not sure will Barry McHugh fancy this. He's coming sprinted out. So that answers that question, Anna was. Just inside the 45, but out by the sideline here. Might even go a little bit shorter with this one. Scanning around, looking for options. John Daly is trying to run for options and give him an option, and that's where it goes. Now John Daly strides forward, puts the accelerator on, still edging towards goal, pops a pass down the line, back towards Barry McHugh. Barry McHugh strikes. That's a glorious team score. These scores keep getting better and better. What a game here in Tuam Stadium. Mountbellew Moylough now up by 1, 6 points to 5.
An absolute class score, there's no doubt about it. And you have to hand it to Mark Mannion for getting involved there. Barry McHugh gave the ball to John Daly. Daly was looking for somebody to lay it off. Mark Mannion came in, back to Barry McHugh, over the bar. Superb score. Ian
Burke did ever so well, caught the kick out and then freed up Frankie Burke, who's gone around the right hand side. Still a bit of pace in his legs, cuts inside again. He's gone around the far side. Is he fouled? He is fouled. This game is being played at a breathtaking tempo. And Burke, there's still a bit of life in those legs yet.
He's quality, there's no doubt about it. He's got all the skills. He's been a diminutive player all his life, but that's never stopped him. He reminds me in many ways of Derek Savage. Has that ability to have balance and low centre of gravity, can move quite easily over the ground, and he showed it there. He had all the skills that he had, won the ball and took on the man and won the foul.
Damien Cormer now is going to strike this free. He's on the 21, but he's miles over on the right hand side. He strikes it left-footed. He strikes it good over the crossbar. 6 points apiece. At a risk of repeating myself, these scores are just getting better and better.
Yeah, great score again from Damien. No mistake. Put the ball away over the bar. But you'd have to hand it to Frankie Burke for creating the score in the first place. Great work from him. And, it's all to play for, nothing between the sides. Really entertaining game of football.
Foul out in the middle of the pitch. Advantage to Mountbellew. They've taken it quickly in towards Finnerty, but there's men back there. But it still might break over here towards Colmannion. He's bearing down a goal. It's opening up. Pops a hand pass out towards Donlan, who strikes it right-footed. Has he got enough on it? No, he hasn't. Just tails towards the left-hand side and wide. He'll probably be disappointed in that. Given the standard we've seen so far, those usually have gone over.
We've had 6 points each, and we've had 1 wide each. So that'll tell you,
Level
it's
pegging.
really quality stuff.
Healy now looking to restart, goes short this time. Just a little chip outside the edge of the D. So we centre back Ryan Ford. Infield to Malarkey. As hand passes it down the line to Kilcummins. Kilcummins now off towards Maloney. A little chipped effort in towards Frankie Burke, who takes it in his chest. Pops it off to Kilcummins again. He's gone forward after the pass. Back to his brother. And then down into the corner forward position. Comes over here. Maloney. Is he going to line it up left-footed? He is. It's high. I think it's going to tail a bit though. It does. And the wide count just edges in Annaghdown's favour now. 2-1.
Yeah. I'd have to say that from the point of view of Mountbellew, Moylough, Colin Murray is having real trouble trying to hold on to Frankie Burke. Frankie's been out in front winning every ball, and of course the ball that's being played into him is quality ball that just bounces in front of him, and he doesn't have to do a lot of work to win it.
Mountbellew on the attack again, up towards Barry McHugh. First time to really take a run at from play. He skips inside, loops the hand pass back towards Mark Mannion, who's still soloing forward. Still going with the ball. A lot of maroon shirts in front of him, back towards Parta Kelly. He's gobbled up, but he's strong enough to hold off, and now he's got forward. There's room on the left foot, but his hop goes astray. Bobbles on the floor, picked up by Mannion. Finnerty's around him if he wants to go there. Back towards Matthew Barrett, who strikes it left-footed, strikes it good, strikes it over the bar. Another glorious effort. Mountbellew edge back in the front, 7 points to 6.
Yeah, great work there, and then you'd have to say, as I said, great work from Colin Mannion. He's a great player for distributing the ball, holding onto it, making the little move and, opening up the space for the other player. He did that there for Matthew Barrett and made it an easy score for him.
Great catch off the kick out, intercepted by John Daly. He's gone quick towards Finnerty, straight down the line. Finnerty now eyeing up the gun straight towards the goal. As James Foley inside, he's found a pocket of space. He's skipping around tackles, thought about the shot. Now he will shoot. It's good. It's glorious. It's over the bar. Another wonderful score. Mountbellew just edged a little bit more in front. 2 points of difference now. 20 minutes gone. It's another good score, and it came from the interception there by John Daly.
Yeah, and James Foley's second point of the game. He had it there, he did put another one over, but he was caught for overcarrying on that one. But that's his second point of the game, and that's not bad going for a number 7. To be able to do that. And you can see why Porrick Giles had him in on the Galway setup.
Long kick out, but it's been won again by Mountbellew. Matthew Barrett this time, who was intercepted up towards Leo Donnion. Colmannion again. It's been a very lively start so far here. Edging towards goal. Pops a little pass down the line to Barry McHugh, who's coming around. Half thought about the shot, but resisted the temptation. It'll go back towards John Daly. Just drops it at the first occasion. Frankie Burke's on his shoulder, but Daly still drives forward. Soloing it in through the line. Little hand pass up towards Finnerty. Finnerty now comes back on the left foot and strikes on the left foot, but just drags it a bit out towards the wide. Levels up the wide count. 2 points, 2 wides apiece, but still a 2-point advantage for Mountbellew Moylough.
Yeah, one of the things you notice about this particular style of football that John Daly has, John Daly wins the ball, and then he looks like as if he's going to pass it off to somebody, and he sees that little bit of space in front of him, and he runs into it and creates, havoc by doing that, and sets up the pass. Lovely pass inside to Finnerty. He shimmied to go left, then went right, but unfortunately pulled a shot over the shoulder out to the left-hand side and wide.
Frankie Burke had gone deep to win that kick out. He's standing in front of us here, playing a little bit more withdrawn role for the last couple of moments. But Annaghdown now. Just move it over, switch the point of the attack down towards the left wing, with their centre-back Ryan Ford. He's going on a bit of a run. Hand passes down the line to Cummins. Driving forward. He's a big unit of a man. He's still going. The ball is on his feet, but he's still burying his way through. But another big man, Matthew Barrett, comes around, scoops up the ball, and is in the full back position now, edging his way forward. Hand passes the ball in field towards Billy Mannion. He's going to give it back to him again as they reset into their attacking formation. John Daly now, just taking his time on the ball, punches it out towards the right wing. And now the afterburners are going to come on. Good run down the line there by Mark Mannion. And switch it back towards John Daly, the conductor of this side. Soloing up the pitch. He's met it towards inside the Annaghdown half. Looking for options. Comes back towards Leo Donlan. Quickly through the lines to Paul Donlan. And then back in turn to Billy Mannion, who's sitting in centre half back position. This game just taking a little bit of a breather here at the moment with 22 minutes gone. But Billy Mannion now is driving forward. He has options on this side with Sean Milan. He's still driving forward. He's going to take a shot. He's going to strike it. I think it might tail a bit. It has tailed a bit. It's another wide. They've been so accurate initially, but that's 3 now from the defended champions. It remains a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, 3 wides. They're beginning to mount up there, but they have that 2-point advantage, and they look like they're trying to get some composure around the ball and hold on to possession.
Comer battling for possession, but again Mountbellew win the break. Good work over there, but Annaghdown have won it back. Good work by Adam Quirk. Punches the ball down the line towards Barry, but that has been intercepted there. But now is an interesting call because the ball is gobbled, and Frankie Burke picks up the loose ball again. He's going to switch it into the middle of the field, up towards Malarkey. He's going to sprint towards the Mountbellew goal, still going forward, in towards Kilcummins. He's a good tackle comes in over there, but he picks up the loose ball, but it's been intercepted, and great work right there from Mountbellew Moylough. It was Leo Donlan this time. Bodies down in front of us. Matthew Barrett ends up on the floor. Referee is going to call across Jeremy Kilcummins, and this could be an interesting conversation. We had 3 black cards in the first half, and they had such an impact, or in the first game, and had such an impact in the game. The no puck was out. What colour will this be? Yellow. So you can breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, he's lucky man there that it's only yellow, I can tell you that. Because it was a tackle that looked like it was a third man tackle. But the referee didn't see it that way. Saw it as being more dangerous than anything else. And that's his discretion. He's the man with the whistle in the middle of the field. A yellow card, and Annaghdown can breathe a sigh of relief.
They're on the attack now, Mountbellew Moylough. Patrick Kelly hugging the right sideline there, trying to get back on the left foot. Good defending over there. He's still going, and he's taking too many steps. Annaghdown will be very, very happy with that, because
yeah, you're right. Good defending is the word. There's no doubt about that.
He's a player that wreaked havoc on the intercounty scene this year. Hasn't really got going here, you'd have to say. On come Annaghdown again. Pop the ball down the line. Creva now picks it. He's surrounded by 2 or 3, so punches it into the middle. Out comes Malarkey. He likes to get forward. Over towards Maloney. Maloney now, will he put the burners down? He pops it back towards Frankie Burke, running from deep. Might have been fouled 2 or 3 times there. And another conversation to happen with the referee. I think it's Matthew Barrett that's going to get a little bit of a telling off. Damien Comer and Frankie Burke are having a little bit of debate over the kick. They're still calling up their goalkeeper, James Healy. So I think they're going to leave it to the goalkeeper. In fact, he has a big bomb of a foot.
Yeah, this is much the same area that we saw the point by Dennis Farrer in the previous game. So be interested to see. One goalie is as good as the other.
And I can probably anticipate that he'll certainly have the distance. It's just the accuracy. He's had some bombs at kickouts. Will he have the accuracy from this? In effect, a 45. It's going to hang a bit. It's going to tail in the edge of the square. John Daly does well, intercepts it. Under pressure from Damien Comer. And Damien Comer has intercepted him. He's going to come around the loop. Back towards Maloney. Maloney strikes, but he's just dragged it ever so rightly to the right-hand side. Out towards the right-hand side and wide. Would have been a big score.
Would have been a big score, and especially, the free didn't go over the bar. John Daly got it and failed to clear, which is unusual for him. And Damien Comer picking up the pieces. You'd have expected a better outcome, really, at the end of that.
Boyle goes long with the kick. Bodies starting to fall left, right and centre. But Annaghdown have picked up the breaking ball there. Adam Quirk. He's under pressure now. It's a combination of Matthew Bowers and Owen Finnerty. And they've won it back. A bit frantic in the middle. Bodies being swung in. This is an important game in the championship, no doubt. They've won the free kick there. And just a bit scrappy for a moment. Try and spread it
we
out.
haven't had a score since the 21st minute. And really, we had a blistered and opening 20 minutes. And it's just gone. They seem to be a little bit tired, I'd say, at this stage, having put in so much in the first half.
John Daly striding forward, plays it around the loop. Matthew Barrett is deeper if they want to go that way, but remains with Donlan on the ball. Punches the ball inside. Now Patrick Kelly, this is opening up. Patrick Kelly strikes. Patrick Kelly buries it into the bottom right-hand corner. We said he might have been a little bit quieter. He's gone very bright all of a sudden. Big goal for Mountbellew Moylough, who lead by 1-8 to 6 points. And a big score.
A big score. He came through the middle. The pass was on. He saw the space opening up in front of him. I think there's going to be 1 minute of added time. But it's a great goal from Patrick Kelly. No chance at all for Annaghdown. Buried it in the back of the net. And what a time to get a score just before half-time.
It certainly has put daylight between the sides for the first time after a helter-skelter opening couple of moments. Billy Mannion is coming striding forward again. Pats it off gets back towards Barrett. And now out towards James Foley, another player that loves to get forward. 2 points so far from the wing back. He's looking to half cut inside on the right foot, but good defending holds him up and forces him back towards Leo Donnan. He will switch it now, a high booming kick, but this is dangerous because Damien Comer is back there. And what a catch from Comer, up in the sky.
Out in the clouds.
Now he's coming to drive forward. He needs a bit of help from here because he's surrounded by a few. Plays it over the right wing. There's room over on the far side, but Maloney doesn't see it yet. Maloney will take the shot left-footed. It's going to hang, and it's going to go agonisingly wide from an Annaghdown perspective. Would have been another big score, would have been a potential momentum swing, but it just tails wide.
Yeah, it's a miss really. And, when you've conceded a goal, it's always nice to come back and get the next score, get the next point. And Annaghdown certainly needed that one.
They've gone short with the kick out. Billy Mannion does well under pressure. Gets back towards James Foley, who just taps it back to his goalkeeper, Damien Boyle. He might go for a little bit of run before half time, but just passes it up towards Leo O'Donnell, and they just spread the point of attack out towards the right wing. All this time, two big men on the edge of the square, split left and right, given options. Kelly has gone at home there after that goal a couple of moments ago. Finnerty also inside, a two-man dangers inside line if they want to go long. Still holding it out in the middle, waiting for the right opportunity. It's switched out towards Mark Mannion here. He's going to take on his man, but he's good defending there, held up and forcing him back. Mannion again. Brings it back towards John Daly. Takes that little bit of a sprint solo. Has an option again for the ball. If he wants to get it, he has. Will he take a stride? Shot and goal? No. Hand passes back towards Finnerty. He drops it. He's going to shoot for a long one. It's high, but it's not very handsome. Out towards the right-hand side and wide. And we have hit the half-an-hour mark. There'll be 1 more minute of additional time to be played. But the Whitecounts just starting to rally up, and the pace of the game, which was frantic to start with, has just mellowed off here in the last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, as I say, both teams put a lot into the first 20 minutes or so, and really you can see that they're, sucking diesel at this stage. And Frank Kineen has said, right, that's sensible. We've enough of it. We'll make it half time, and the advantage is certainly with Mountbellew Moylough.
It is. They lead at the half-time break here in Tube Stadium by 6 to 8 points. What a fast 1-8 to 6 points. Yes, I beg your pardon. I've scribbled it down the wrong way around. But what a fantastic game of football. Here it goes. But we'll leave you with some half-time highlights, and we will be back to you in the second half very, very shortly. Another guy that You're very welcome back to Tuam Stadium. It's half-time here in the second of today's doubleheader. Victories earlier on for Carla Strand over Moylough Abbey, and here at the interval it's the defending champions Mountbellew Moylough, who have just edged away at the last couple of moments of what was a pretty enthralling first half, where they lead Annaghdown by 1-8 to 6 points. Patrick Kelly goal just before half-time, a big moment. We've seen some wonderful scores, but you do feel like if Annaghdown are to get back into this game, they had a remarkable recovery against Mountbellew Moylough in the quarterfinals last year. They got a couple of late goals to rescue it. It went to skewed in after extra time, but you feel like if Annaghdown want to try and get back into the party early, they're going to need a big start to the second half here.
They certainly are, and there's no doubt about it. I mean, they're, 1-8 to 6 points. Mountbellew Moylough finishing really strong, particularly with the Patrick Kelly goal. We hadn't had a score for about 9 minutes, and next thing, Patrick Kelly, who you said was quiet enough throughout the first half, just came to life and burst through the middle. And once he got the ball, he had only one intention, and that was to put it in the back of the net. And we know that he's capable of doing that. We see him doing that time and time again. Of course, he has experience of playing soccer as well, and that eye for, the net is part of his game. And the feature about the goal that I thought, Jonathan, was it was low and into the corner. And, it's so hard to stop a shot like that. It's nearly impossible for a goalie to reach that one. And it just scraped in on the right post. And, it was intentional, it was meant, and it was class. And it's the score that's the difference between them at this stage. And from an Annaghdown point of view, they'd be a little bit disappointed because Damien Comer has won a number of possessions where he's overturned the ball and played it off to his teammates, and they've been wasteful. They haven't put it over the bar. And when you win a turnover like that, you need to punish the team that you're playing against. It's not enough to win the turnover. You should say to them now, you'll be more careful about the ball in future because we've put up a score with it. And they haven't done that.
Yeah, no, they've had two big moments as well. he intercepted. It was an effective 45 was taken by James Healy, the goalkeeper, hung up in the air. John Daly caught it, but then surprisingly gave the ball away. Comer got it back, it went wide. There was another moment there where he did as good as a catch out in the middle of the field that you'll ever see. He was almost up in a step ladder. He was that high up in the air. Another wasted opportunities. Just in a game that's, where you're playing against the defending champions, a quality outfit, you've got to be trying to take those opportunities.
You do indeed. And from the point of view then of the game itself, you'd have to say Annaghdown have they have some really good players, the likes of Ryan Ford, but he's had his hands full with Owen Finnerty throughout the game. He's done well on him, there's no doubt about that. But you'd have to say Billy Mannion has been doing well as well against Comer from that point of view. There was one particular one out on the far side where he intercepted a ball that looked like it was going to go into Comer's hands. So from that point of view, the markups are really tight and there's very little between the sides. But then the difference between both teams is that we say players like Colin Mannion, whom I have great admiration for, because when he gets the ball, he rarely wastes it. And he's very, very good at finding a player or opening up a space or creating a little move or a jink. And they usually end in scores. And that's the difference between the two sides. That, from John Daly and Colin Mannion, you have playmakers from Mountbellew, Moylough, whereas Annaghdown are more individualistic.
Mountbellew, Moylough are just making their way out on the pitch again here, led out by team vice-captain Owen Finnerty. A quick scan around to see if there's any changes. Keep an eye out for the high numbers.
Yeah, no, 25, Michael Kelly is still there.
He's still, looks like same again from Valdaly's side.
Yeah, Sean Myland still there.
Yeah, so no, it's an unchanged side here from Valdaly and his management side. We will wait for Annaghdown to come out in a couple of moments. Glorious evening now in Tuam Stadium here.
Yeah, a great crowd turned out as well. And you can see, for the most part, the Tommy Varden stand has been fairly well packed down here and to our left. But the Michael Kelly Terrace on the far side, where the sun is shining, people have gathered over there and they're really enjoying the evening sunshine over on that far side of the field.
Annaghdown are making the way out. It looks like a substitute there. I see number 19, Derek Curry, is out into proceedings. Didn't start the game. See if there's any more further changes or who is the player to make way. Frankie Burke is still there. Quick scan, we'll get an indication in that couple of moments now. Who is the player to make way? Looks like a second substitution as well. Number 23, Michael Nocton, who seems to be parking himself in at the edge of the square. So a couple of changes, it appears, from the Annaghdown side as they try and get back into game here. They held their own for large periods of the game. But a couple of changes as they try and reshuffle the cards as we wait for Frank Kineen to restart the second half, with Mountbellew Moylough leading by 1-8 to 6 points at half time here. I suppose they probably needed to try and freshen things up a bit, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm just watching here. The number 22 has gone off the far side of the field, so there seems to be some error there from Annaghdown. They possibly had a player extra on the field.
Yeah, a bit of confusion there as we wait for the substitutes to be confirmed. Either way, it'll be Damien Comer who's going to restart and try to take the free kick a little bit too quickly. Come off the back of Matthew Barrett, and it will be him to come forward now with Enda Malarkey. Back towards Comer. Picks it up the second time, almost falls on the ground, but gets up quickly. Driving forward. Strikes it with the left foot. Oh, that's a monster of a hit. What a score. Unbelievable strike. He nearly fell over initially with the football, came forward and hit the most sweetest of golf swings that you ever will see. And if Annaghdown needed a moment of inspiration to try and get back into the game, that could be it.
An absolutely brilliant score from him. And no doubt about it, quality strike. And the player that went off there was number 22, I think, for Annaghdown, was Jonathan Farrer. I think he has been replaced. He's walking his way around here. So he was the one that was replaced, one of those that was replaced at half time.
Mountbellew Moylough on the attack again, of course, led by their conductor, their quarterback, John Daly, striding forward. Now pings in a ball. Tried to get it towards Finnerty, but just too much on that, and that allows Ryan Ford to pick up the possession of the football and try and get Annaghdown back in the game. Still coming forward, a bit of a commotion on the sideline here, trying to get the admin duties after the substitutions that didn't seem to work very well. But Annaghdown coming forward, that's a ball. It's a bit too high for Frankie Burke. So Reese Burke is one of the players to make way. And number 22, Jonathan Farr, to make way. So that clears up the Annaghdown substitute. It seems like they'd almost started try to, in the scramble, had 16 players out there, but that is all addressed now, and we're ready to go. And Mountbellew now. Just a little bit slower now in the last couple of moments. We saw Corfin do this yesterday evening in Pierce Stadium, where you had Oak Gerard just setting up their defensive shape, and Corfin said, all right, to hell with this, and they passed it back and forth in front of that, uncontested for large periods, and eventually picked the pocket. Something similar here from Mountbellew Moylough. Foley now just puts a nice little pass through the lines, makes it towards John Daly. He's getting forward a lot in the second half. It's a hand pass up there, but gobbled up, but well won back by Mannion, I think, through the crowd. It's swinging, but Annaghdown pick it up. It's won there by Kilcummins through a crowd. Aggressive, strong play. And he gets it across here to the substitute, Michael Nocton. His first touch of the football. Back towards Ian Burke. Another big unit of a man, striding forward. Punts the ball down the line towards Comer. Got that monster score a couple of moments ago. He's gone the long way around here. He's going to go back on the right. Half thought about the shot. He held up initially. Back towards Curry. Curry now has a bit of room. Tries outside of the right. Oh, it's a glorious strike. We're right behind that. It just arced his way through. It didn't look like it was possible from running that angle, but he just got the swing on the outside of the boot. Arced it over the bar. Another score from Annaghdown.
Yeah, super score from Owen Curry. And it was intentional, no doubt about it. And Annaghdown needed that. It brings them back to within a goal, 188 points. And it's been all Annaghdown since the start of the second half. And, a bit flat from Mountbellew Moylough.
Back to a goal between the sides. 1-8 to 8 points. A lot of pressure come on over there. Finnerty, you have to hand it to him. He stood strong, and now he's driving forward with the football. Punches the ball up in the air, and it's one back there. Ryan Ford. Annaghdown, their faithful are starting to encourage their team. They can feel the momentum swinging a little bit. Frankie Burke now, will he go for a run? Punches it down the line to Kilcummins. Kilcummins now making his way forward. It's back towards Nocton, but he managed just to get it, poke the ball back through the crowd to Frankie Burke. Nice little pass now back to Cummins again. Bulldozing his way through, gets it on the left, swings a boot on it, and swings it over the bar. We said Annaghdown needed a good start to the second half. They're getting that, Kevin.
Wow, that was a great score. I mean, again, very, very tight area for him to work in. And no space, but managed to get the kick in and put it over the bar. And really and truly, it's been a hectic start to the second half for Annaghdown. I have to mention that you talk about the subs that come in, and one of them that has come in there, of course, is Mike Nocton. And Michael Nocton, he was in America last year, so I think he actually played for New York at one stage. So to give you an idea, he's a quality player, and he's a big player for Annaghdown to bring in.
They need at the moment, but this game is a swinging back. They're within touching distance at the moment. But Mountbellew, Moylough, yet to score in the second half here. Striding forward with the ball is Colin Murray. Plays the ball infield to James Foley. Doesn't have a lot of pressure on him, so he's just almost a walking pace, edging down the line. Just kicks it backwards, back towards Colin Murray. And back towards John Daly. Just trying to take the sting out of the game at the moment. Sprays the ball infield towards Mark Mannion. And then quickly out this side to Sean Myland. He's an acre in front of him. He pops a lovely little ball in towards Barry McHugh. He will take the mark. Always a little chuckle. You can't help but think back towards a certain game that took place earlier this year in Hyde Park. Where,
well, at least Frank Kinnean got this one right.
He was. It's always good when the referee knows the rule book, isn't it? But no mistake this time. And he will take the advance mark, and he will try and get Mountbellew Moylough's first score of the second half. Strikes it good. It's a good strike. It's over the bar. 1-9 for Moylough. 9 points towards Annaghdown. Game still in the melting pot though. 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. And James Healy looking to restart proceedings here. Plays a nice little kick out towards the right hand side. James Foley surely went a bit too aggressively through the back of Ian Burke there. Might feel that one as the wing back kind of landed on top of him. Nothing really malicious in it, just two bodies colliding with each other. Some running repairs needed there. Just has the opportunity just to calm down a bit.
Yeah, 4 scores from Barry McHugh so far, 2 from frees, 1 from play and 1 from a mark, you know. That's some contribution, there's no doubt about it. Just shows you how vital he is to the Mountbellew Moylough attack. A key player, and you know, he's always so reliable. And of course, Barry had his stint in with Galway during Kevin Walsh era, and he was the main free taker on. You know, he was a huge free taker at that time for Galway. Very, 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 very good free taker, and he's been a key factor in the success of Mountbellew Moylough so far.
So important to have a solid free taker in the championships.
Indeed, it is, yeah, because you know the games are won and lost, as we know on that.
Free kick taken quickly up towards Comer. He's been pulled down there. Bit of a battle there between himself and Billy Mannion. Comer looks like he might be hurt a little bit by that one. It'll be a free on the 45 as the winds start to pick up a bit of pace here. Comer back on his feet. Looks like scanning for options. Goes backwards. No doubt look for the ball back there off Sean Ford. Gets it back. Cuts in field. Sprays a hand pass in towards Kilcummins. Goes through the lines. Back towards Annaghdown. Again, he's surrounded by 2 or 3, but managed to get the ball back to Malarkey. Malarkey now just on the 65. Playing keep ball. Frankie Burke has come a little deeper, trying to pull the strings. Almost their walking pace. Punches the ball through the line now towards Ian Burke. Surrounded by 3, 4. He needs to get the ball out of here, and he does. Just pops the hand pass back towards Frankie Burke. He punches another pass through the lines, gets a second one, and it's taken off now. Frankie Burke skips back on the right foot. Skips a ball over the top. It's a high one, but James Foley does well, picks it up. Malarkey come a little bit late, makes the collision in, and a free out for the reigning champions.
Yeah, good defending from the Mountbellew Moylough side there. Just blocked up the middle in front of the D. Didn't allow any space so that Annaghdown just couldn't break through that area, and eventually had to try to go out to the right hand side. And the ball wasn't a good one, and it was picked up, and a chance for them to clear their lines.
Mark Manny now striding forward with the ball, pops it off to Sean Myland. Comes in through the crowd, punches it back. Annaghdown's turn now to try and get the defence, but Patrick Kelly tries to go through it. A good little pop pass in towards Barry McHugh. Back towards Mannion. Scoops it back now. Oh, it's well intercepted over there. Good work by Sean Ford. He got clipped as he went through on that, but good defending. He needed to do that. Or might have been looking at a second Mountbellew goal. Had that one gone through the hands, but solid defending.
Yeah, very solid defending. Colin Mannion just sold the pass short there. We talked about him, you know, being a good player and a player that doesn't give away the ball too easily, but he did that time. Paul Donlan getting a yellow card from all of that, from Mountbellew Moylough, from Frank and Ian. That was the result of that, and they just make sure that the player is okay and we can continue on with the game, and it's a hugely entertaining game. Goal between the sides, you know, anything can happen. We've 10 minutes gone in this second half, and so far it's Annaghdown that are leading this second half 3 points to 1. But the edge is that difference, is that goal from Patrick Kelly just before half time. That's the difference between the sides at the moment. And you have to feel, it might have been, no, Patrick Kelly's fine. You just have to feel that the goal might be the big factor at the end of this game.
Sean Ford, thankfully, is fine. He's striding forward with the ball. That's a clever little ball down the line as well. As they try and come forward, Jonathan Creven now. Mountbellew, their turn to get the defence back. It's pop pass back towards Kilcummins. Plays it backwards to his full back, Malarkey, the team captain, who just punches the ball through the line. It's half intercepted there, but Mountbellew have numbers back. Loads of free men, and of course John Daly comes forward with the ball, reads the game so well, striding forward with a solo as their attackers try and get into options because they know the ball is coming here. Big switch of ball, there might be a bit too much on that. Another good interception by Ford. We spoke about John Daly reading the game well. Ford has been doing ever so well the last couple of moments in similar situations. Up comes Annaghdown now. Another big punch pass in towards Comer. He's surrounded by 2. Has to solo it. And he's going to try and do a dummy solo. Pings the ball into the middle of the field. It goes out through the lines. Back to Derek Kilcummins, who takes a shot. And it's over the bar. A wonderful score. As good as anything we've seen so far.
Yeah, Jeremy Kilcummins really got on the end of that one. And from outside the 45, bombed it over the bar. Really top-class score from him.
Absolutely put the foot through that one and nestled as the ball is still sitting over the crossbar there on the net. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Annaghdown 10 points. Mountbellew 1-9. Kick-out goes up through the crowd. It's won by Finnerty. Is he fouled?
Yeah.
He is. Free in. Big moment. Finnerty comes good. Takes it quickly inside to McHugh. He catches it. Will he take the mark? No, he's going around the shoulder, but Finnerty is free again. Pop pass back up. Tries to get it towards Kelly. Kelly gets it. Skips inside. Takes a solo. And just scoops it into the net. It is into the net. The scrappiest finish you'll see. But it's Kelly's second goal. Big, big moment in the game. I thought when he come through and take the solo, comes on through. It's poked in the end. They all count, Kevin.
Yeah, Finnerty, first of all, got it through to Barry McHugh, and Barry McHugh set it up for Patrick Kelly. And Patrick Kelly was coming through on it, and he tried with the right foot, and James Healy got a touch on it and stopped it. And then Patrick Kelly was following up, and with the left foot, and James Healy stranded on the ground, he managed to poke it into the back of the net.
Punched it in for good effort afterwards. It was it got there in the end, says you. Substitution then for Moylough, number 22, Jared Donoghue. He will replace number 10, Colin Mannion, who has had a fine game. And number 10, so fresh blood coming in. Yellow card being shown here for Patrick Kelly.
Patrick Kelly, I mentioned a few minutes ago that there was something.
There was a bit of getting to know each other there in the middle of the field.
Austin O'Connell is the linesman on this side of the field, and he obviously brought the attention of Frank Kineen to what was going on. And we had it spotted, but the referee eventually in the linesman spotted.
Oh, it's a big hit comes in there from Matthew Barrett.
And he's going to be called back.
I think he will. It was late. It's certainly very meaty.
Yeah, I think it was Mike Annaghdown.
Mike Annaghdown, yeah. There's another big man. It will take a lot to knock him, but he was looking the blind side as he looked away. And a yellow card being flashed there to Barrett as well. So, 2 quick fire. Mountbellew, yellow cards. First for Kelly. And then Barrett, the midfielder. And a pause of play, but Moylough. They say goals win games, and they're getting those goals at key moments of the game.
Yeah, it was a really classic goal from Patrick at the end, in the sense that he just kept going, kept following it up, and made no mistake when he got the opportunity to put it into the back of the net eventually. And unfortunately for James Healy, he was caught flattened on the ground, and no way that he could stop what was happening in that particular occasion.
There's some running repairs from Annaghdown there after that big hit, but it will restart with an Annaghdown free kick. They've pushed a couple of bodies forward here. It looks like something pre-worked on. Frankie Burke is making runs, and that's where the ball is going, in towards the corner. Frankie Burke sprinting over there. He's surrounded by 2. And that's just about intercepted, but booted out there by Colin Murray. So it'll be sideline for Annaghdown. 15 minutes gone here in the second half. And Moylough, those 2 goals, both by Patrick Kelly. One in the first half, one a couple of moments ago. As we said, coming at critical times, having a big impact on the game. Frankie Burke now. We've seen him score from here before, but I think he might be a bit more composed with this one.
Yeah, they've been looking to try and open up something and maybe create a chance of a major.
Dodgy ball back there. It'll put a lot of pressure on Quirk. And it's been intercepted. Quirk does well just to stop it initially there after Barry McHugh had threatened to get forward. It's a free and it's taken quickly. Up towards Finnerty. He's out in the left wing at the moment. He's been put under pressure there by Maloney. Finnerty now comes back on the right foot. Strikes it. This one might be a bit short. It is. Healy gets it at the second occasion. Luckily no one was there after he spilled it the first time, but gets it out to Malarkey. Malarkey now pop pass down the line. Put a pressure on there. And Mountbellew have overturned it. Matthew Barrett is coming steaming through the middle now and he charges forward. Solo on the left foot. Pops the pass out the wing again. It's scrappy. They're coming through. Patrick Kelly's in. He's almost in for the hat-trick, is he? He volleys it. It's saved by Healy. Out for 45, I think. But if he connected with that volley, We would have been as good as goal we've seen in the championship all year.
Yeah, the ball just fell short from him as he was coming in for the pass. Seemed to be touched on the way in, and then he tried to volley it in with his left foot, but it came off the goalie, and it's gone out for a 45. I see Frank Keenan is in there just to make sure that there's no infringements in the square, as Barry McHugh, I think, will have a go at this one.
Yeah, Barry from the 45. Almost as central as it gets, just left of the left-hand post. Down towards the scoreboard end. 70 minutes gone in the second half. Annaghdown, not taking any chances. A couple of men back on the line. As McHugh comes forward, strikes it good, and strikes it over the bar. As come as you would expect, as such a quality score as the Mountbellew Moylough corner forward.
It's a great talent, isn't it, to be able to, come along and put a score over like that, a 45 of that quality. And, there was plenty on the end of it. It was gone well over the bar.
What a catch from Comer. Up through the clouds again. Takes it quickly up towards Ian Burke. Pops the ball down the line to Frankie Burke. He's gone the wrong side. He takes a shot quickly. It's a good score. It's over the bar. Back to a 5-point game. 11 points for Annaghdown. 2-6, 2-10 for Mountbellew Moylough. Those two Patrick Kelly goals. The difference having a big factor on the scoreboard at the moment. A 5-point advantage for the reigning champions. Now Annaghdown have really, really pushed up on this. There's nobody down to our right-hand side, aside from Barry McHugh and James Healy and one of the corner backs. Everyone else has pushed up here. Frankie Burke looks like he needs some run repairs after that last score. But they've just gone full court squeeze here and try and squeeze any bit of life, any bit of room for Damien Boyle. Hands up in the air. Almost enticing someone to run onto it, so he just bombs it out the middle, up in the skies. It goes over the head of Finnerty, and it's going to break for Finnerty, and he's an acre in front of him. Quirk is coming back, trying to put him on his shoulder. Finnerty comes back, pops it inside to Donlan, back across the shoulder. Steady play from Mountbellew Moylough. Still waiting with possession. They've gone into traffic here, so they need to get it out of it. And too many steps taken in the end, and a big switch coming here because Dermot Kilcummins has an acre in front of him. Go on is the roar. He just chips a high booming ball in towards Comer. Up he guts. He breaks it at the second occasion. It's down on the ground. He's up. He's around. He'll need help. Pops the pass inside. Comes back here to Maloney. Maloney strikes. Maloney puts it over the bar. Big score after the turnover. And 19 minutes gone. 12 points for Annaghdown. 2-10 for Mountbellew Moylough. If they are to push on, they'll need to do it now, Kevin.
Yeah, it's just, you're just thinking, I'm just sitting there thinking, and I'm saying to myself, if Annaghdown had just another Damien Comer somewhere out there on the field, he's doing everything for them. He's out at the middle of the field, he's in around the full forward line, he's creating opportunities, he's winning frees, and he did it again that time. And we talked about a couple of wasted chances in the first half, but they haven't wasted those two chances.
Finnerty's found a bit of room now, and he's tearing down a goal. He's fouled. This will be another one for Barry McHugh, you feel. Indeed, Finnerty just drops the ball on the floor. Allows the sharpshooter to come out and take the score. And
I'm sure Frank Canine is going to move him a little bit from
he
where
will.
he is.
He did. Finnerty now was wise there. He dropped it on the spot after he'd taken a couple of yards. The offence took place a little bit further over towards the terrace there. But you would still fancy McHugh. He's on the 21.
Hitting into the sun now here.
He is, but my money's on him, Annos, Kevin.
Not on the sun. Here he goes.
Strikes it high. Strikes it good. White flag raises. And another substitution ready to take place here for Mountbellew Moylough. Stephen Boyle is being introduced. And who is making way? Play will restart. And it'll be Michael Kelly who is making away. And another substitution, this time from Annaghdown. Number 9, Connor Scully, is being introduced. And it is number 4, Jonathan Creven, who is going to make way. So substitution apiece there. Play restarts. And up towards Curry straight away, under pressure. But Ian Burke does well. Annaghdown now really need to push forward here. With 9 minutes of action. It's a dangerous enough pass, but it'll make room for Kilcummins here out in front of the stand. Driving forward. Still going. Going from right to left. Now he bombs in a pole. But it's been well read over there by Moylough, but they might have overturned it, but it breaks there. Matthew Barrett has come back. He picks up the ball cleverly. Out towards Colin Murray. He's put in the floor by Frankie Burke, but on he goes. James Foley now. Burke putting more pressure on, but a bit too much. And Foley takes it quickly. Back towards John Daly. Striding forward with the ball again. Punches the ball down the line towards Mark Mannion. Down the line to Stephen Boyle, the substitute, only after coming on. Or is he up his sleeve straight away? Calm and composed. Under a bit of pressure now, has to pop it off to Donlan. Back towards John Daly. Playing keep ball at the moment. They know they can't concede. Sean Moyland now coming forward. This is clever, streetwise football. All taking place in front of a pretty deep line and a down defensive shape at the moment. Damien Comer coming back to give a little bit of support, but the ball's gone up to McHugh, who quickly pops it off towards James Foley. Back through to Patrick Kelly, coming forward to Foley again. It's opening up. Foley will take his point, but he's dragged it. He'll be disappointed with that. He had a good bit of room in front of him. And,
5 wides entirely for the Mountbellew Moylough side, which isn't bad really in the scheme of things, and you consider that they have 2-11 on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. James Healy now. You feel like Annaghdown need to get things going pretty lively. Bombs the ball down the line. Oh, another wonderful catch by Comer. You could create a highlights package alone on them. That's
too close.
Too close, yeah. He'd taken the mark. And he'll have a free now from here. Will they lob this in around the house? We in the quarterfinal last year, they just went to hell with it with a couple of minutes to go and bombed in a couple of balls and got a couple of goals to force the game to extra time when it looked like the game had been gone completely from them. We're not quite at that territory yet, but they will need to get some movement on the scoreboard pretty lively.
Yeah, they're 5 points behind, and it's a big gap really. They'll need a major.
Frankie Burke now coming around the loop. Try to get the ball back there to Kilcummins. But they win it back again. It's scrappy, but they're bulldozing their way through. Mountbellew have numbers back there, and by force of numbers, they picked up the ball. They've dropped to the floor, pick it up for the second occasion. Intense pressure being put on there. And a bit too much intense. Judges, referee Frank Kineen, and free out to Mountbellew Moylough. Barrett now takes it quickly to his goalkeeper, Damien Boyle, out towards Foley. Just disappointed with that miss a couple of moments ago, but did get 2 beautiful first half scores. He's taking his time with the ball, gives it back towards Barrett where it came from. Barrett now down the line, but Annaghdown forced the way up, and this could be dangerous again.
Oh.
They get the benefit of doubt there. Sean Moyland, he was a little bit of pressure there, but he got the benefit of the doubt. And John Daly comes across and says, let me look after this. Chips the ball down the line to Finnerty, who catches it. He's just dumped to the floor and still held in a wrestle. Would be more akin really to some sort of wrestling ring. Finnerty looks like he might be in a bit of bother here. It's definitely going to be a yellow card, you would imagine. It's Ian Burke. I know it's Dahi Kilcummins. As the sun beats on the maroon shirts there, makes it a little bit difficult to read. Yellow card flashed for Kilcummins, and he'll have no complaints whatsoever with that.
Yeah, I don't think there was any intent in that. He wrapped himself around Owen Finnerty, and Owen went to ground, and then they just, there was the clash of bodies on the ground itself, sort of the physicalness of the whole thing. But Owen Finnerty's tough man, big man, and he'll recover from that and get up. John Daly just standing there with the free, and you can see him directing things all the time, calling people, to do this, do that, do the other. And he's been outstanding for them. And, he's been the orchestrator of everything that's been going on for Mountbellew Moylough.
Just an absolute glorious footballer. Pleasure to watch in the flesh. Up comes Billy Manny now, driving forward. Into trouble. He did take too many.
Yes, indeed.
He saw them.
Overdid it, and he knew it.
He did, because he saw just a swarm of maroon shirts in front of him. Now they're coming forward, those maroon shirts. Kilcummins driving forward. He has options in here. Comes across towards Scully. He's been gobbled up. Gets it around the house. It's blocked. Oh, flashes across the post. And wide. They needed that to go in, Kevin. They really did.
They certainly did. There was no doubt about it. I think it was Kilcummins that had the chance. And he tried, he certainly tried it and they needed it. And if they had gotten it, what a finish we'd be looking at now, Jonathan. But we're looking at the clock. We're down to the last 27 minutes, so we're 3 minutes to go. There's certainly, Annaghdown needs something big in the next minute or two.
They need a couple of green flags, you'd feel. If the scoreboard reads not too well from Annaghdown perspective. 12 points to Annaghdown, Mountbellew, Moylough, 2-11. Those two Patrick Kelly goals will be referenced, no doubt. Afterwards, Annaghdown now, they're giving it one hell of a go. You will give them that. Dermot Kilcummins again, possession of the football as the shirts swarm forward. And you think you'll see this lumped in a second, and that's where it goes. In by Malarkey, in towards the edge of the square. Cormer gets half hand on it, it breaks away. Mountbellew back there. It's gobbled up, it's breaking away, back in towards Annaghdown hands. They get around the house towards Comer. He punches it back here to his midfielder, Curry. I think that might tail to the left and wide. It does. And no more than the goal opportunity a couple of moments ago. They needed that one to go as well after the turnover.
Yeah, and Comer is really working hard in there, trying to make things happen for them, trying to create a situation where they're, open it up and maybe get that goal that they so badly need. And they really do, Jonathan, they really do need a goal. We're going to find out very shortly now. I think there's going to be 3 added minutes.
3 minutes, yeah. Still have a little bit of football before we start those 3 minutes. Ball spins up in the air. Barrett does well, catches it through the crowd and gets the mark, and then bombs it long in towards McHugh, who's all at home. Healy is scampering back. McHugh takes his point, puts it over, and I think that's a little bit of a bow try on the 2 points there. It'll be hard to see Mountbellew Moylough caught now from this.
Yeah, great score from Barry McHugh. That's his 7th point, I make it, of the afternoon, including, frees, 2 frees, a mark and a 45, and the range of skills that he has is superb. But you'd have to hand it there to Barrett in the middle of the field. He won the mark there in a really tight area and came away with it and found the man inside. And no mistaking from McHugh.
He's in again. He's in again here. Coming forward, Finnerty now. He's in against Happy with the point. A couple of goal scoring opportunities. Not quite to have turned down. They've gone safety first. Just ticked on another 2 points. 2-13 for Mountbellew Moylough. 12 points for Annaghdown. 29 minutes gone. We'll have 3 to go after we hit 30. But they need those green flags.
Yeah, I'd say those 2 scores are enough to sort of settle this particular affair. You'd have to hand it down. They really give it a great shot and, put everything into it. But it's just been drifting away from them. Mountbellew Moylough have been very much in control for the most part.
Sideline ball here from Annaghdown. Curry goes back to his goalkeeper, Healy. I feel like this needs to work the big bodies in the edge of the square and try and pump it in here with a couple of moments to go. It's the full-back and team captain, Malarkey, driving his side forward. Running out towards the right wing. Punches the ball down the line to Kilcummins. He's had a fine game as well. He's bulldozing his way through. Still going. He'll lob it in now. He's under pressure. He has to scoop the ball back. It's back a good bit. But Scully, the substitute, will pick it up. Back towards Adam Quirk. Now we're just waiting for this to be lumped in. You feel Barrett putting the pressure on there. A lot of steps taken, but it's made its way through the lines. And ball being struck up in the end, but struck wide again. And that's another frustrating one there. This time from Derek Curry. And they need those opportunities to get over. Too many wides, too many key moments. And Mountbellew Moylough just being a little bit more clinical.
Absolutely, and having that bit more physicality and power and force up front. Mountbellew Moylough have the likes of Patrick Kelly and Owen Finnerty and Barry McHugh, and they're all big men. They're really powerful built units, and from the point of view of Annaghdown, you're only looking at Damien Comer as the sort of balance to that. And now we're looking at an injury out here in the middle of the field.
Finnerty got a bang there as he stretched for that loose ball.
Yeah, so Frank Neen just a little bit concerned about how he might be, and it's going to be a substitution, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it is indeed, and taking no chances.
Yeah, taking no chances at all with it. So we have a little bit of a delay here, and you'd have to say that just looking back in the second half, it was 1-8 to 6 points at half time, and Patrick Kelly's goal, of course, at the end of the first half was the feature that separated the sides, because there was only 2 points between the sides at that stage. And then, in fairness to Annaghdown, they came out and they got 3 great scores from Damien Comer and Owen Curry and Dáithí Kilcummins. And really good, top quality scores. They were great points. And that's been a feature of the game, the quality of the scoring that has gone on, and that made it 1-8 to 9 points after 5 minutes. Then you had Barry McHugh's mark, which was, Frank Kineen didn't get that call wrong, and he put it over the bar. That was soon cancelled out by Diarmuid Cummins, still in the melting pot, 12 minutes gone, 10 points to 1-9, a blood injury here. And Frank Kineen had that spotted early on because he signalled with the little T shape that there was an injury and that there was going to be a substitution. And now things can resume again.
He makes his way off with a patch of cotton wool over his eye. He's at a fine game here again in Tuam Stadium. And Annaghdown now with a minute to go, plus probably a little bit more for that delay. Just have to bomb everyone forward, and they have, because there's nobody down to our right-hand side. And James Healy is going to lash this in towards the edge of the area. It's high, it might be a bit too much on it. Hangs on the edge of the square, bodies scramble ever. Cormac gets it. Has he room to turn? He blazes it high up and over the bar. Fine score again. He's had one hell of a game. Just tips it. But there's still the 2 goals remain between the sides. 2-13 to 13 points.
Yeah, that needed what you might call the Patrick Kelly touch. Go low with it. So, as Patrick Kelly had done in the first half, keep the shot down, keep it low. You might find the net that way.
Damien Boyle now goes long with the kick out, no risk taken, up in the air. But Mountbellew will concede possession here, because Ryan Ford is going to get back, and James Healy is going to come forward again. He punches it up to Scully. Scully now driving forward. Hampas it up towards Kilcummins, who comes around the corner. Changes the point of attack out towards the right-hand side. Malarkey now goes up towards Frankie Burke. Was he pushing the back? He was.
Yeah, foul, yeah.
Another opportunity to get this in around the edge of the square. It's lofted in quickly, not wasting any time. Big men are there, but it's been caught back there by Stephen Boyle. He read it through all the... there's a lot of big towers, but he came around the side, took the football. Now Donlan comes forward, back towards Barry McHugh.
Good substitute to have, Stephen Boyle. Came on in the second half. He's been a quality player for Mountbellew over time, and he shows that here when he came on as a substitute in the second half.
Mountbellew trying to wind down the clock here. Leo Donlan going for a bit of a run. He might be fouled. He is fouled. A little arm across the shoulder there. And I think that's pretty much going to wind down proceedings. Barry McHugh will come over to take this, and with 34 minutes about to be struck on the clock, 3 minutes were indicated. We did have a little bit of a delay through that Finnerty injury, but I think it'll be very, very shortly close to lock. Patrick Kelly put a lot of pressure on Stephen Boyle there, and they've lost possession. Play on is the call from the referee, and on come Annaghdown for one last attack. Players almost getting each other's way there, but Curry gets forward. Frankie Burke now. What will he have up his sleeve? They need an ace out of their sleeve pretty quickly. Scully now driving forward. He's taking a power of the ball. He drives it off the upright, comes back. Can't be going volleyed across, very scrappy. But again, it's been picked over there, this time by Michael Kelly. And there goes the full-time whistle. It's victory for the reigning champions. They've done enough. A victory by 2-13 to 13 points. 2 Patrick Kelly goals, the difference between the sides. The first one came in the first half. Was a glorious, glorious effort, buried into the bottom right-hand corner. The second one was a fine team move. Maybe a bit scrappy how it made its way into the net, but it did. The vital touches, the vital difference between the sides. But it's been a game that I hope you've all thoroughly enjoyed, because we've seen scores as good as you would see up and down the land. Some of the efforts there, you even look on the Annaghdown setup, some of the scores Cormac got. Unbelievable efforts up and down. The first half was a shootout there for large periods. But just a little bit of class, a little bit of experience, the difference between the sides in the end.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well done to Mountbellew, Moylough, but you have to give full credit to Annaghdown. They battled all the way right to the finish.
Absolutely. They've done enough here. They've secured their victory. So that leaves Group B and all the fixtures for the weekend all wrapped up. So they will join Salthill, Knocknacarra and St. James's with victories in Group B. And certainly something to whet the appetite. They've got the defence back to a good start. We'll be back again next week. There's another set of programmes. It's been a double game week as a result of the reshuffle after reaching the All-Ireland final. But from here, Baldaly side off to the perfect start, but they'll probably see areas where they need to improve on as well going forward.
They certainly will, yeah, and they'll be hoping that today was a very good exercise for them. It shook off the cobwebs of what happened in the Connacht Championship for them. They came out with the whole intent, and they've laid down a marker that, you know, they are champions and they're going to take some beating.
Absolutely. Well, that concludes our coverage here. We hope you've enjoyed the doubleheader here in Tuam Stadium. Victories earlier on for Carla Strand over Monivea Abbey, and now Mountbellew Moylough, the reigning champions, have got their defence of their title off to the perfect start with a fine victory here. We hope you enjoyed. Thanks to Kevin and thanks to everyone for taking part in the coverage. And no doubt we will talk to you all very soon. But here, the full-time score at Tuam Stadium is Mountbellew Moylough 2-13, Annaghdown 13 points.